President Biden saying he believes Governor Cuomo should resign. Let's now dig into the AG's report.
Yeah, this report released just about 6 hours ago, and within the pages, some explicit and damning allegations against the governor. Our Hannah Buehler leads us off tonight with a closer look at that report.
The independent investigation has concluded that Governor Andrew Cuomo sexually harassed multiple women, and in doing so violated federal and state law.
5 months, 179 interviews, and more than 74,000 pieces of evidence later, the New York State Attorney General announcing her office has found Governor Andrew Cuomo guilty of sexual harassment in the workplace.
The investigation found that Governor Andrew Cuomo sexually harassed current and former New York State employees by engaging in unwelcome and non-consensual touching and making numerous offensive comments of a suggestive and sexual nature.
His alleged victims include state employees, a state trooper, even the doctor who administered the governor's COVID-19 test.
Nice to see you, doctor. You make that gown look good.
Throughout the independent investigation requested in March by the governor himself, New York's top prosecutor, Letitia James, and her investigators say they found a disturbing pattern of predatory behavior, with the most serious allegation coming from a current staff member.
One current employee, who we identify as Executive Assistant Number 1, endured repeated physical violations. On November 16, 2020, in the Executive Mansion, the governor hugged Executive Assistant Number 1 and reached under her blouse to grab her breast.
Investigators say the governor's office and executive chambers perpetuated and normalized this type of behavior.
It was like the Twilight Zone. The typical rules did not apply.
And it was the well-documented interactions portrayed in text message almost in real time by then staffer Charlotte Bennett that investigators say painted a picture of her abuse in the spring of 2020.
When she confided in the governor that she had been sexually assaulted in college, he asked her for the details of her assault. When talking about potential girlfriends, he said he thought he could date women as young as 22, knowing that Miss Bennett was 25 at the time. He asked her whether she had ever been with older men. He told her that he was lonely and wanted to be touched.
In a text message dated May of 2019, Charlotte Bennett texted a friend saying, "Was with Governor when you texted. He asked me if I honor my commitments, asked me how long my relationships were." Her friend responded, "Like, how do you respond to questions like that?" Then on June 5th of last year, investigators say the governor came on to her. Charlotte wrote, "My life is spiraling out of control. Something just happened, and I can't even type it or put it in a video. Not sure I'm even comfortable saying it over the phone. Going to burst into tears." She goes on to say, talked about age differences in relationships. Her friend writes, "Wait, what? Did he do something?" "No, but it was like the most explicit it could be." She added after her confrontation with the governor, she was shaking. Bennett was then transferred after reporting these incidents to staff. She wrote in a letter to investigators,
I was scared to imagine what would happen if I rejected him. So I disappeared instead.
Investigators outline other unwanted sexual behavior, including touching women's butts and stomachs. The governor running his hand across a woman's chest at an event, talking about age, sex, monogamy, and other sexual details. And at one point, the governor saying,
He asked her why she'd want to get married because, among other things, your sex drive goes down.
But the governor not backing down, saying repeatedly, and even after this report was outlined Tuesday, he has never touched anyone inappropriately.
First, I want you to know directly from me that I never touched anyone inappropriately or made inappropriate sexual advances.
To the Charlotte Bennett accusations, the governor says, knowing she was a sexual abuse survivor, he was trying to help her.
But they read into comments that I made and draw inferences that I never meant.
AG's investigators say they also received complaints of the way the governor hugs and kisses people after this photo went viral of the governor leaning in for a kiss with a guest at a wedding. Cuomo says,
I've been making the same gesture in public all my life. I actually learned it from my mother and from my father. It is meant to convey warmth, nothing more.
Hannah Buehler, 7 Eyewitness News.